I
Hi. Okay, these pieces are getting very much longer. This one goes on for many pages. So
yes.
we'll see what we can do tonight. Okay, so the through the Arcana, B'chaim Alumim, our pathway in national life. Let's see how much of this is relevant now, 80, 90 years later. B'chaim Alumim, our pathway in national life, it's to them and their inclination. Klapi Ayachas Enoshi HaKlali, towards the general the relationship of humanity in general, Arukai Ma'od is very long. Arukim Chaim, Chayenu, our national life is long. Arukim Haim, Kain, Darkenu, therefore our pathways are long. Gdolo Gdolim Anachnu, we are great. Gdolo Seinu Hinem Sugosein, and our conceptions are great. Vishul King Gdolo Sein Sorosein, on that account, our sufferings are great. And our consolations, I guess, will be great. A basic mistake is the reneging on all of our advantages. Hachidalon, the cessation miakora of the recognition of you chose us. So obviously, the Rav Kook, not in Eretz Yisrael necessarily as much as elsewhere, was cognizant of modern Judaism's um, the attempts to eradicate the notion of Atov Chaitonu, particularly reform, was very much against this entire concept, which, of course, once you eradicate Atov Chaitonu, you really eradicate the underlying reason for Judaism, because why be Jewish if there's no Torah Chaitonu? But I don't know that the Chilonim, the Eretz Yisrael, deny the concept of Torah Chaitonu. Just I think they deny the concept of the Atah, not the B'chartonu. In other words, the Chilonim and Eretz Yisrael also are of the impression that we are a chosen nation. Just there's no God to choose us. Like they
No,
say.
I think they deny God's right to choose us, I think.
It could be. But they say, the famous line about Mordecai Kaplan, that there is no God and Mordecai Kaplan is his prophet. So this idea that there is, a specialness, but specialness is not divine. So that I think is between the liberal Jew in Chutz La'aretz and the Chiloni in Eretz Yisrael. So that the liberal Jew in Chutz La'aretz denies the Bechartanu, and the Atah is optional, whereas the Chiloni Jew in Israel, at least till recently, now I think it's changed in the past 40, 50 years, has denied the Atah, but he certainly held to the Bechartanu. Okay, so Loak Mishlim Anachnu Mikol Amim, we're not just different from all the nations. Mishunim and Nivdalim B'Chaim Historiim Tzuyanim, we are different in and separate in an outstanding historical life. Shein Dugmasam B'Chol Am Lashon, there's no parallel to any other nation in any other language. Kim Ra Gam 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 Mulim Gdolim Mikol. I think it means also we're uplifted and greater than every nation. So of course, again to the more modern ears, this sounds like, and again, I want to differentiate between Chiloni and Eretz Yisrael and liberal Jew and Chutz La'aretz, that the we believe that we are Mu'alim Ugdulim, and I think that Israelis also believe that about themselves, but not the Chutznik Reform Jew. Imneda, as we saying, we know our greatness as Yodimanu as Atzmeinu, we know also ourselves. V'nishkachas Godleinu, forget our greatness. Anushukim as Atzmeinu, forget ourselves. V'am shishkachas Atzmo, and a nation which forgets itself, Adayu Katan B'Shafal, and that's true. Even if you're not a Jewish nation, if you forget yourself, then you are certainly small and degraded. Rak B'Shichas Atzmeinu, he knew. Nisharim K'tayim Shvalim. Only if we forget ourselves, we remain small and low. And the forgetfulness of ourselves is forgetfulness of our greatness. Our soul envelops the world and its entirety, matzeges oso, and it presents it abasis achlusalion on the basis of Hashem's. Well, I shouldn't say Hashem's, although I think it's right too, but on the basis of a higher unity. And therefore, it is internally the nation is holistic and unifying. And then you don't find those contradictions and those arbitrary combinations, which are normative in the souls of other nations and languages. Okay, I think this, even in time of Kook, this is not this is aspirational. I don't think necessarily there was this notion internally of that kind of cohesion and unity which Rav Kook is subscribing to us. I think he's saying that this is the way we should feel, not necessarily the way we do feel. But it could be a mistake about that. It could be that that there is indeed intrinsically this type of unity which does transcend the normal differentiations and divisiveness within other nations. I'm not sure. I really can't say for sure.
I think when the just the way a person loses their self-esteem or their sense of self, and they become, because of that, sort of damaged and unable to sort of find their way. I think it's the same with a nation. I'm not saying that your sense of self image as a nation can't change or progress or, develop. But I think there has to be some underlying sense of self for a nation as well, whether it's a religious sense or even a secular sense. Right. I mean, look at what Europe has turned into. Let's say France is a great example. They have no more sense of self.
I think that was the line before.
Yeah.
That this line really is saying something differently. He's saying that since we have Ein Ba Klal within us, you don't have Osama Nigudim Barkavos Hashonim Hargilim Benishmas Ambalashon. In other words, even the nation which has a unifying factor which you described still will have, according to him, Nigudim and Harkavos, which we don't have. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure of that. Let's see how he develops it. We're one nation. One like the unity of God. I think he means Yichido Shalom. You have Yichudo or Yichido?
Yichudo with a Vav.
Yeah, so I think it's really, even if it doesn't say that, I think it means like Yichido, unity like divine unity. That's the depth of our spiritual nature, which have in us in potential. So maybe Rav Kook recognized, but not necessarily in practice. And our historical pathway, which goes along its way in various different roads. In other words, there's the Mahalach and then there's the Derech. So the Mahalach is the same Mahalach, but there are many drachim to get there. In pathways of light, which necessarily go between mountains of darkness and valleys of death. Madrich Osanu, and it leads us Lotzias Omek Teva Vayosenu to bring out the depth of a nature of our existence, Minakoch, from the theoretical pull to the practice. So too.
I have Kol. Chaf Lamed.
Kol. Oh, so I have Kad. So that was Kach. Kol Adrim Ktanim. All the small things, and the Joashim Chol Am Lashon, which are required for all the every nation in any language, in the essence of their concept. By us, they're coined in a large coin of our unity. So details, nuances. Obviously with 613 mitzvahs and myriad halachas and customs and hashkafas and all that, you might think that our small things are also small things, and there are many small things, says Rav Kook, there are no small things by Judaism. Everything is a big thing. Everything by us is writ large, as they say, and it's in the big coin of our unity, which encompasses all sorts of myriad details, each of which becomes astronomically important because it pertains to Klal Yisrael. Although we can't cut off even one branch of our large tree of life, our large and rich in foliage tree, and to give it an approach and a source of nourishment by itself. There's no branching off in the sense of removing a branch. And all the reality within us is so rare, which arouse and opposes. So with the full sense of its inner strength and its sense of its essence. Haderach Arukah, and this explains, this expression is Parshas Pinchas. This explains the nature of kanos, of zealotry, even for small things, because there's a sense that there are no small things in Am Yisroel. Even a small branching off is a major traumatic event. So therefore, there's a corresponding zealotry which responds to it. Haderach Arukah sho'eves lakamagmura, the long road, as an ambition to an absolute rising or raising of l'tchiyah, of the resurrection, rejuvenation, of us and all of that which is with us. Tzuror leipa, or it's not a pebble which should fall to the ground. Not one line of the lines which make up the portrait of the countenance of our nation, can you erase? We're stronger than the spirits of the time, the zeitgeists. We are strong with all the strength, more than all the strongholds of creation. Our ambition is to rise up to be rejuvenated in the same greatness of our forefathers. And be even greater than they were. Musar Mishpanu Rabo.
Musar Hishpanu, I think, or Hishpa'anu.
Hishpanu Rabo. I think he means that we've
morality. We've given a lot of morality to the world.
Part of morality world. So we're prepared also to impart pleasure and fresh life. We encompass and fold all of humanity in our spirit in a revealed way. That's called Kula, and all of the reality, including the other kingdoms, so to speak, the animal, marine, plants, all of this somehow. It's come to school about saying it's all inside our hidden selves, the tzafun within us. In other words, how we are able to impact upon humanity in general is obvious. How we impact everything else is less obvious, but it's there. And everything which is with us, which has been alive from time immemorial within us, everything will be full and alive. There, nothing will be missing. Our spirit is not afraid of times. It creates the times. And molds them, forms them with its form. Our power of creativity imprints the highest form of spirituality on the real and practical material world. The greater the development, the greater the talent of creativity. And the creative side, Hanifla, which is wondrous, which gives life to the world, Paglimo is koinus when it manifests, when it gives a form to koinus machshava, to all the loftiness and thoughts. The Shifa and all the ambition, bepulas masios in practical activities, muchashos, which are sensed, muglamos, and are take on form. Shenuchayeoso mashlito mitsios with the which he in which with which it gives life to our ideas and gives them governance in reality. There was a great famous Baal Tshuva named Dr. Nathan Birnbaum, who came up with his plan for Am Yisroel of Das, Rachmim, and Tiferes. These are the three components of his worldview, and he wrote a detailed plan for making Am Yisroel accomplish outstanding levels in all these three areas. It's very, very beautiful and idealistic to read. It was all destroyed because through World War II, and none of these efforts survived the war. But one of the points he makes in the idea of Tiferes is that there has to be an independent Jewish aesthetic, and there has to be the I don't remember what kind of arts they call them, but like architecture and all sorts of other types of practical arts, and also the the way people dress, the way people to design their buildings, the way way design music, all these things, and art, of course, as well. All these things should have uniquely Jewish, unique grounding in Avodas Hashem. So I think Rav Kook is alluding to this. I think Rav Kook and Dr. Birnbaum were acquainted, and I don't know if they were close anyway, but I think they were acquainted. And I think that this idea is what Rav Kook is reflecting here. I don't think it ever actually came to fruition. In other words, I don't think that there's any specific form of aesthetic in contemporary religious Judaism which is supposed to be deliberately expressive of, the divine ideals or spirituality. It's probably takes a very, very special very special talent in order to develop that kind of aesthetic. But I think Rav Kook is saying that this is an ideal, which is important, that we should be able to have an imprint on Chomer Reali Masi, right? So the Shekoma Shetikdal is Patchus, more development grades, Igdal Kulishon Yisir, and Sam Museum Niflo, and then the most Kolyanus when it gives form to all the life Machshava, which is in thought, Ushiifa, and an ambition, Bevulos Masios, Muchashos, Muklamos, in practical, sensed, formed activities. And it gives it life. It brings its life and governs the reality. So this will arise. Kook promises us it will come about. And of all of its full capacity in our complete rejuvenation. Okay, maybe we'll stop here for tonight. I think this is going outside to a slightly different topic now. Okay.
All right. Very good.
All right.
Have a good Shabbos.
Have a good Shabbos. Shkoyach.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Have a good night. Bye.